So welcome to the channel, and today we're going to be investigating a leaking UPVC window. So three possible reasons: sealant's failed, the gaskets failed inside of the window, or the weep holes are blocked or not working correctly. So we'll have a look at that and investigate the whole window. So first up, we're just going to look down the sides, and when we look down, everything seems in order there, but where it meets the brick here. Along the top, you can see there's a couple of issues here. Unlikely to be the main culprit of this one, but we can redo that anyway. And just looking round, when it meets the wall, it seems okay. Apart from, you can see here, the odd section that'll need redoing. But the big thing that's jumping out at the moment is this trim here. So this quadrant trim. So looks like we'll need to redo that because the water will be coming in through it. Yeah, we can also just check the gasket and just look around all the way around the frame. Towards the bottom you can see potentially where there's some issues, but I'm not going to focus on that in this video. So we're inside, I'm just going to check the frame. You see that there's no main issues with the frame. Weep holes here, you can see actually the plastic's not fully come out of that one, so we could look at that. And with the locking mechanism, it doesn't give us as much room here with this weep hole either. It's probably still working, but we can look at that. The same goes for your doors as well. If you open the doors, it should be quite easy to find these weep holes. You can see there's one here, and we've also got one here. You can see there's a bit of debris there, so we'll have to clean that out, but you can test those as well. So next up, open the window and inspect the frame again. There's the one weep hole, there's the other. A little bit of dirt there, so let's give that a bit of a hoover and clean out. So first up, we're outside. I'm just going to check under here. You can see there's quite a bit of debris under there. I'm just going to give it a good brush. Looking much clearer of that now. As you can see, it's much easier to test these, so you can even test the run. So if any water was to get into here, see it's working nicely down there into the weep hole. Even on both sides, because there's a barrier being cut there. And you can see it trickling out the other side. So here's an example. If you do find a blockage, you can use pipe cleaners or any other bits of kit, but I've got some brushes here. They're quite cheap off eBay and Amazon, so you can see there's lots of different sizes, and all we're going to do is post that through the weep hole itself and make sure we clear it. So I think we've got a potential blockage in this one, so we're just going to place the pipe cleaner in and really get it in there and make sure it's cleaned out on both sides. I feel it pushing something out there underneath. You can see what's come out there. So let's give them both a quick check. I'll just pour some of this in here. There's a second. Yeah, you can see it's coming out now. On this side, yeah, so here's an example of a different type of obstruction. We're just in the bathroom. If you saw the other video, we read the sealant on here. But if we just check the run of the frame itself, everything seems fine. When we check the weep holes, there's a potential obstruction there. So they've drilled this out but left the plastic in, so it's worth us removing that and making sure there's no obstruction. On the other side, you can see that we're up against it with the locking mechanism, so it's covering most of the weep hole. About removing some of that, start with a standing knife, see if we can get rid of it. And resting it out from this side across. There we go. Right, so as you can see, really open that up now on that one, and we'll give that a test. See how it responds. You can see it's coming straight out there. That's really clear now. So on this side you can see locking mechanism's having an impact. Well, let's just see what happens if we get some water in. Is it draining? Yes, you can see that there. So it's draining nicely. It's just whether or not we think this is going to needs lengthening a bit. Right, while we're here, we might as well make it a bit bigger. I'm going to use a multi-tool with a small blade. Bear with us with the camera work here because it's quite hard to film doing this. I'm just going to lengthen the hole a little bit. So bear with us. So as you can see, we've just made it a little bit bigger, making sure it's not going into the cavity, it's going straight through, and we'll just test that now. Right, let's give it a pour. Yeah, it's running out nicely now, that. We'll check if there's any issues around here. What is that someone has put adhesive in here. You see I've started to scrape it out already, I should have filmed beforehand, but you can see that someone's put adhesive along here. Now, this is the actual frame, so this means now that the weep holes can't work, so we need to clear this. Yes, the previous owners clearly had some long-standing issues with this, so it's worth us taking this out now, because someone's put sealant in there. And make sure the weep holes can work. We need to check the inside as well, because I've got a feeling there's a problem on the inside as well, so I will have to take the glass out. So we're just going to take the trim off. What I'm going to use is a scraper. I'm just going to wedge that in, as you can see here, and then lift up. You should see it, there you go, it's slowly moving. Just work my way along. This is fairly easy, this one, it's not that tight. Work my way across. You can see it's just lifting out. And then make sure we go the other side as well. You can see it's just prising. And then, at the very end, so in each corner, I'm just going to give it a little pull. And there you go. Same again, and there we go, we're out. So that's all you need to do to get access to this. You'll see that also, to make it life a bit easier, I've just marked this B for bottom. So you've got left, right, and top. It'll just make it easier when we're fitting it back in. Right, so back inside, we're just going to try and test the weep holes without taking the glass out. So I've got one of these mist sprayers set to a more projectile function, and I'm just going to put the camera down and locate these weep holes. I'll use the torch so you can see it. So you may be able to see that weep hole there? There's a droplet in front of it because I've just sprayed it as a template. And then move it across. What you can see here, you should be able to see the second one. Don't want to spray too much in there, so I don't want it filling it up too much. So, got reasonable spray, and I can see that going in. There we go, there's number one. Let's try the second one. There we go. Then we'll just go and check outside. I'm just going to check. You can see a nice puddle there, so it's come from underneath. So that weep hole's working nicely. You can see that there. So yeah, and the second one, yeah, you can see it's just coming through there. So these weep holes are now working. I'm just going to take the rest of this out the same way as we did before. This time supporting the window, because that's the only thing that's holding it in at the moment. So, let's keep all of that pain. Pull the rest of it out. Just put it on there. There you go. So now that the window's out, it gives us a really nice opportunity to see how the water responds when it gets through. Don't take these packers out, these are important for the window. Make sure it doesn't sit in the actual water and start misting over. So Packers are really important, don't be tempted to get rid of those. But if I move this packer, you can see that one of the problems may be that this is sunk through and dragged the frame down, so when the water comes through, rather than passing through to the weep hole, it's actually coming over and spilling over into here. So we're going to have to take a look at that. Pooling up, seems to be coming over because of the packers. Now it is exiting, which is good. So if we was to get water here, passing freely through, and we can just see how it behaves. You see that we've got quite a bit of pooling here, or a significant amount of water. Basically, it comes over the top of this lip because the screws pulled it down. It's just sitting in there, so rather than it weeping away like it should do and travelling down to the weep hole, it's just sitting in there, and if it increases too quickly, it's just going to overspill. I could do with a new frame, to be honest, but can't afford that at the minute. So decided to make another weep hole, just do a temporary one. I'm going to check the drainage on that now. So now that I'm confident it works, I'm just going to drill a number of holes and then link them together by pulling the drill across. As you can see, multiple drill holes. I've just filed it across and joined all the drill holes together, so now we have another weep hole or drainage hole there. So let's see how that responds to water. Pack is in at around about 100 mil. You can see that it's draining away nicely there now. It's not even filling up at all. And if we look through the window, one more test, we'll do it from the other side as though it was coming in this way. So when it does go over the screw, we'll see what happens. Previously it just filled up, but you can see it's draining away nicely now there. And it's not filling this cavity anymore. I'll put the trims back in. Slide this one to the end. Try and get it in. Yep. So I'm just going to put this last trim in right on that side. It's going to have to be bent a little bit to go in here. We should be able to get here. There we go. There we go. Someone's took a little notch out of there, which is helpful. Let's try and push it in. There you go. Work all the way along. Sure it's in. Done.